I want to go back to and use that as a template, that conversation you had with the dad when he opened the first page of the
Yes,
newspaper
yes.
and then discussed. And in today's Australia, when you open the newspaper and then see the first few pages of the newspaper, and I want to discuss those first few pages in the last, few years. And there are many. And what do you think is more worrying from a policy point of view, or what things are the biggest worries of yours when you see the papers, not just recently, but in the last year or so?
Well, there's first thing to realize about the newspapers, and that is to sell newspapers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I interviewed once with the chief executive of a newspaper in this country when I brought investors out from the UK,
Mm-hmm.
who said, "You must realize, Mr. Shack, that we are just a advertising medium now. We've driven down our journalistic capacity to its absolute zero."
Mm-hmm.
And you do see plagiarism,
Yeah.
across the papers as well.
Mm-hmm.
So once upon a time, it was the news. It
Mm-hmm.
really was the news, and it was the only way we got the news,
Mm-hmm.
except for the radio
Mm-hmm.
and the television.
Mm-hmm.
But, at breakfast, we didn't watch television.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't listening to the radio, but
Mm-hmm.
we were reading the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the biggest news of the
Mm-hmm.
day,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily just in Australia. And
Mm-hmm.
that's changed a bit too, because it's very parochial now,
Mm-hmm.
the first page of,
Mm-hmm.
the local newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in 1967 when the Six-Day War happened, seeing the photos of that
Mm-hmm.
on the front page.
Mm-hmm.
And we discussed that.
Mm-hmm. Wow.